Fermented foods, once considered relics of traditional diets, are now at the forefront of scientific exploration for their surprising impact on mental health. Foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and miso aren't just good for digestion. They may also directly influence the brain through what's known as the gut-brain axis. This two-way communication network between the digestive tract and the brain is more powerful than once believed, and what we eat plays a central role in shaping this connection. The potential benefits for mental health are compelling, but they come with important caveats. The gut is home to trillions of microbes that collectively make up the gut microbiome, a highly dynamic ecosystem that affects not only digestion, but also mood, immunity, and even cognition. Fermented foods provide beneficial bacteria, known as probiotics, that can help balance this microbial environment. When the microbiome is diverse and healthy, it produces neurotransmitters like serotonin and GABA, reduces inflammation, and helps regulate the stress response. Since about 90% of the body's serotonin is produced in the gut, it's no surprise that a disrupted microbiome has been linked to depression, anxiety, and even neurodegenerative conditions. Emerging research shows that regular consumption of fermented foods can lead to measurable improvements in mental well-being. One Stanford study found that a diet rich in fermented foods increased microbial diversity and reduced markers of inflammation, both of which are tied to improved mood and reduced stress levels. Other studies suggest that fermented dairy, like yogurt with live cultures, may lower the risk of depression, and fermented vegetables like kimchi have been linked to better emotional regulation. But not all fermented foods are created equal, and this is where caution is critical. Many commercial yogurt products, for example, are loaded with sugar, neutralizing much of their potential benefit and contributing to blood sugar spikes and inflammation, which are both harmful to brain health. Similarly, pickled foods that are brined in vinegar instead of naturally fermented may not offer the same probiotic advantage. Look for labels that specifically indicate live and active cultures, and choose options without added sweeteners or preservatives. Another important warning: while fermented foods can support mental health, they are not a cure for psychiatric disorders. They may ease symptoms or support broader emotional resilience, but they cannot replace therapy, medication, or professional care for those struggling with clinical depression or anxiety. Over-reliance on dietary solutions without addressing root psychological issues can delay proper treatment and make outcomes worse. It's also possible for some individuals to react poorly to certain fermented foods. People with histamine intolerance, IBS, or small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, SIBO, may find their symptoms worsen with fermented products. For these individuals, improving gut health might require a more personalized approach under medical guidance. Nonetheless, the potential is significant. Fermented foods are affordable, accessible, and rooted in centuries of human tradition. In cultures where fermented foods are a dietary staple, like Korea, Japan, or parts of Eastern Europe, rates of depression and anxiety tend to be lower, though of course many factors are at play. Still, when used consistently and thoughtfully, fermented foods may help nurture a healthier gut environment, which in turn supports a more resilient mind. Perhaps the most important takeaway is this: the path to better brain health doesn't only run through the brain itself. It wins through the gut, the food we eat, the microbes we host, and the daily choices we make about nourishment. Fermented foods aren't a miracle, but they are a powerful, natural tool for restoring balance where so many modern diets have gone wrong. In a world facing rising rates of mood disorders and stress-related illness, incorporating fermented foods is a small but meaningful step toward mental wellness. Not a quick fix, but a long-term investment in the complex, hidden relationship between the body's inner ecosystem and the mind's emotional landscape.